The title of this particular presentation is Human Advancement in Light of the Sacredness of Service. Hopefully we touch upon the simplicity of our inner sanctuary, the simplicity of communing with that inner sanctuary and the importance of it. We can overcomplicate things in a lot of the activities that we do in life. Mysticism can be complicated as well. We can get very intellectual. We can study volumes of works. But when we get down to the essence of who we are, there is a simplicity there. And hopefully we'll touch upon that in this presentation. The sacredness of service is inherent in all of us. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are each striving to serve, to learn, to grow, to move things forward in our lives and in our surroundings. It can be argued that our very best or our very purpose for being here is to advance life through our own conscious and unconscious advancements that translate into service to others. Better understanding what personal advancement may mean to us may also show how such growth relates to human advancement within the realm of our existence. Humanity's determination to grow and advance our insight of life has been with us since our beginning. From as far back as we can trace human civilizations, we have great evidence that we have searched for an understanding of the perplexity of our experience. Stretching back into the boundaries of the beginnings of our species, we find monuments, carvings, cave paintings, and many stone and papyrus writings for us to infer such efforts. Many of these testaments have persevered through time to challenge us, and even today, we have many sacred texts that we still refer to for guidance. Here in the Western world, the Holy Bible is perhaps the most referred to of ancient texts. It is worthy of contemplation, not only for its words, but also for how these words were captured and how this particular guide came to be. We can only wonder when and how such rich symbolism and deep meaning were put into written form. We don't know how this knowledge came to us, nor the exact meaning of much of it, but the written words within those pages have been reflected upon for centuries. We know that in order for the words to be written, it had to be inspired to someone, who then had the human will to put such inspiration into a shareable form. Thus, we know that there were those before us that spent time in reflection and meditation, and in some ways were inspired to share such illuminations to our history and our quest. Now think about living conditions at the time of writing those pages. We can't pinpoint exactly when much of it was made, though we know it was very ancient times. We know that back then, creature comforts that we take for granted now didn't exist. Heating, cooling, running water, and sanitation were all lacking. If one fell sick or had dental issues, there were few options for relief. Weather would have had a great impact upon one's life, and nights could be hard, long, and cold. Where would those living at that time find comfort? Obviously, there were those who found comfort by attuning themselves with their inner sanctum. They spent time in that inner place, which we each have, that is sacred. That is where they went, and where we can still go for quiet contemplation and communion. That place existed then as it does now, And that inner sacred space will exist as long as there are humans who find it and utilize it. Let us simply go into this sanctuary now. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath, inhaling fully, and exhale and relax. Breathe in again, nice and deep, and exhale while relaxing down into your chair. Just relax and be in this place in your mind, your inner sanctum. No one can take this quiet sanctuary away from you or from any of us, for it is where our privileged awareness resides. Going to this inner sanctum, as simple as it is a holy privilege. Here, we commune with the purpose and the directive of life. It is protected and private, a celestial room for you and the divine. It is here in the hush of the soul's yearning, where we can hear the whisper towards service. Just relax and listen. The invocation of the divine echoes to us in this place, guiding us to grow and witness. Once consciously aware of this echo, the desire to share its beauty is or will be born in you. Keep your eyes closed, if you will, enjoying this place of solitude. Certainly, we have advanced our living conditions from those early times. Life expectancy is higher, the quality of life much better. We have creature comforts that they were lacking. Yet at the same time, we can ask ourselves where we find our comfort. Yes, there is more physical comfort. We even find comfort in things like food or video games. All of this is amazing. Yet now we have to pull ourselves away from comforting distractions in order to make our way towards that inner sanctuary. We asked earlier, where did the ancients go to find comfort? Ask yourself the same question. Where do you go to find comfort and peace within yourself? Be honest with yourself. It is just between you and your inner divine. Where do you go to find comfort? Your personal answer is valuable to you. It can help guide you more often back to this place for divine guidance. While in this inner sanctuary, ask yourself, what does personal advancement mean to you? Remember, this is just for you. There are no right or wrong answers, just a contemplation. What does personal advancement mean to you? You may open your eyes now if you wish. To many of us, at least at certain stages of our lives, personal advancement means accomplishing things, because many of us were raised in an environment that is built upon material achievements. There are many avenues to advance like this, financially, socially, professionally, and so forth. And there is nothing wrong with any of these desires, nor with their attainment. We are a part of this world, and there exists codependence between us and the existence of our world. We live within a society that assists us greatly in life, a structure of security and comfort built upon attaining things. We should do all that we can to support the continuation and betterment of that society. Our efforts in this world are essential, and we should never minimize our work to engage with it. Of course, all of us are trying to advance ourselves not only in material things, but also in all other aspects of life. If you are watching this, you are actively working on improving yourself. You have embarked on a path of self-discovery because you are inwardly guided toward finding a higher understanding of what your conscious life is. You are practicing self-discovery, and upon the shoulders of such reflection is your hope to find guidance toward your highest purpose and share your light with others. The term sharing our light is used symbolically, yet is also a real phenomena within our conscious life. For centuries, mystics and philosophers have described an inner light that awakens in us and permeates our being, creating an aura around our body. They also say that when the soul leaves the body with the last breath, the lighted inner spark returns to the cosmic ocean, and with it, that lighted glow surrounding the body is no more. Now, scientific research has uncovered that we indeed emit a biological light, or what's called biophotons, invisible to the naked eye. This bioluminescent glow appears intimately connected to our metabolic processes with an immediate cessation upon death, or what we call transition. This swift disappearance of biophotons signifies a link between consciousness and the continuous metabolic activity essential for life, while the soul animates the body. Other studies have revealed that meditation and mindfulness practices strengthen these light emissions measurably, reflecting reduced oxidative stress, more balance of metabolic activity, and improved cellular health. Such research strengthens our understanding of a mind-body connection and supports meditation's therapeutic effects, suggesting that our emotional and psychological states significantly influence the intensity and pattern of biophoton emissions. Calmness and relaxation seem to stabilize biophoton output, reflecting more balance. These studies highlight that emotional and psychological experiences directly impact physiological processes at the cellular level and affect the light that we share within ourselves and with others in our world. Visiting our inner sanctuary can positively impact physiological processes at the cellular level, and the light we emit is indeed felt by and shared with others around you. Give a little thought to what we as human beings comprise and what the light of consciousness may be. Not only do we have this complex physical body as our temple for the duration of our lives, but we also have an inner consciousness that continuously probes and questions everything that we experience. Deep within our consciousness is a more subtle conscience that strives to guide us aright as we wade through these experiences. We are truly extraordinary beings, knowing not how we got here, though always striving to find out. We get to experience, work with, and contemplate two worlds, a perceptible one and an invisible one. Scientific inquiry tells us that our material world, those things which we perceive, make up only around 5% of existence. 95% or so is made up of invisible matter, invisible energy. Thus, when we say human advancement, we can recognize that there will be a dual aspect to that term, a physical one and a non-physical, invisible one. It is the combination of the visible and invisible that spurs human endeavors of discovery. When we look at a tree, we recognize its shape, structure, components of it. Yet we also know that there is an invisible energy there, a life and guidance behind what we physically perceive. We know that tree has life, that it came from a little seed, and that there is a mysterious force that guided that seed to grow into a tree. When we look up at the night sky and see stars just hanging there, we wonder what they are, why they are positioned there, who or what put them there, and so forth. The state of the material world that we find ourselves in calls us to discover her from an unknown realm. And thus we seek that unknown. In this way, mind is linked to matter. Maybe this is what Hermann Hesse, the German novelist and poet, meant when he wrote, "No permanence is ours. We are a wave that flows to fit whatever form it finds. Through night or day, cathedral or the cave, we pass forever, craving form that binds." Our actions reflect the inherent desire in this universe to continually become more. There is an impulsive desire that exists in our universe that we are entangled with. This is not just mystical conjecture. Volumes of research suggest that our thoughts, our awareness, and even our sense of self are intertwined with everything. Experiments and simulations show that quantum waves stay in sync or coherence in our brains far longer than expected. This supports the idea that at the quantum level, the brain is a receiver of a higher consciousness that we live within, harnessing quantum information linked across space and time. Theoretical physicist Timothy Palmer suggests that consciousness may be embedded in a cosmic geometric framework that we are entangled with. This could explain not just consciousness, but also free will, intuition, and even our deep sense of interconnection with others. This theory would mean your awareness isn't just a byproduct of biology, it's a feature of the universe. You are woven in it with the same physics that governs the galaxies. We can experience, and we actually do experience, this cosmic framework to which we are entangled. As an example, when we smell the fragrance of a rose, we are receivers as the aroma takes us inward with enjoyment, gratitude, and curiosity. We are experiencing an interplay with the impulse of a vital life force that is active, drawing us toward itself. We are guided from within ourselves to reach out into this impulse, a world that speaks to us in her language of connectedness, a language that symbolically urges us to find the roses in life with their beauty and sweetness and reflect upon them. When we succumb to nature's language and follow her for our personal growth, we are unconsciously fulfilling our mission, and at the same time, we are assisting the world to fulfill its mission, which is to house our evolving personalities so that we may always discover more of her. Or we can say she discovers more of herself through us. Mysticism and science further agree that there is an outer world that hides an inner energetic world. We receive a form of this energy through our conscious thought, and we convert that energy into manifestations. We tend only to see the things created in our world, but it is helpful to consider the thoughts and intentions behind their creation, for behind our creations is the mystical work of service to others. Mystical training directs that when we attempt to create a desire into reality, we ask if this desire is worthy. Is it selfish or is it giving? This practice tempers our wishes and brings into this world a more harmonious vibratory pattern. And as we experience more harmonious personal advancement within our surroundings, we naturally assist in bringing human advancement towards the same result. A great deal of research has been done in many areas regarding this. One of these studies that I happened upon while reading a business publication was done by HiQ Labs. They looked for patterns in workplaces as to how coworkers might affect one another. Their study examined productivity at a large technology company by analyzing the impact of high performers on their nearby colleagues. They found that high performers created a 15% boost in performance for coworkers within a 25-foot radius. Unfortunately, they also found the opposite to be true. Their research showed that excellence or weakness, kindness or meanness in individuals had a strong impact upon those around them. Each of us are affecting the world around us all of the time, even when we are unaware that we are doing so. Knowing that we have control over the brilliance of our inner light, what are we doing to embrace this brilliance and be of greater service to others? We are doing our mystical work. Our meditations and contemplations enhance the world around us. Mystical or inward personal advancement creates a loving humility and respect for all things. And such humility is recognized and received by those around us. True humility is arrived upon naturally through a greater understanding of our nature and purpose as human beings, which is ultimately to serve our evolving soul personality, to serve others around us, and to serve the world of creation that not only houses us, but also presents our awareness to us. Your personal advancement leads you to sacred service to others, which in turn leads to human advancement towards loftier goals. To serve is to say, not my will, but thine. Or in Rosicrucian language, if it be the will of the cosmic, so mote it be. It is to become the will of the cosmic in thought, word, and deed, knowing that service is not reserved for temples, but is found in the smallest of gestures. A hand held in silence, a dish washed with love, a door held open for a stranger. The sacred is not elsewhere, it is right here. Our every act can be infused with reverence. We transform kitchens into cathedrals, sidewalks into sanctuaries. The mother tending her child, the janitor sweeping the floor, the teacher guiding young minds, all are ministers of the hidden, beloved, divine. Great mystics and sages have spoken of this. St. Francis kissed the leper. Rumi danced in the marketplace to serve his fellow beings. The Buddha renounced the throne, not to escape the world, but to embrace it. When these great sages left the world, the fragrance of their sacred service remained, lingering in the fabric of life, directing our advancement in the most loving direction. So, dear friends, perhaps our purpose is to go into our inner sanctuary often and allow what we find there to advance us. The mystic knows that to serve in this way is to become a beacon of light, symbolically and materially. It is a merging with and sharing of the very love that called us to serve in the beginning. To hear and heed the calling to serve is to remember that love that created us, that we might awaken to it and become it. It is simple. Commune with the love that created you and bring it into this world, for it is the most sacred service of all. And love, eternal and boundless, will guide human advancement towards a cosmic awakening of the beauty and selflessness of the divine. That concludes this presentation.